And your meditation challenge. This is an exciting time. I thought we would cover a little bit about what the Great Conjunction is, and then go right into our grounding, centering, and aligning, and sit with those planetary forces and see what we experience. So take a deep breath to wherever you're sitting now. And welcome. Welcome, welcome. I had printed something for us to cover today, and it didn't print, so we're not going to cover it. It was just a printout, actually, by Alana Fairchild, one of incredible mystics, and she does a lot of really great cards that we didn't cover while we were here because they're much bigger in scale, and it wouldn't be fair to only cover a portion, a small portion of what it is that she covers in her oracle cards. But the Great Conjunction. So we've got Saturn and we've got Pluto, Saturn and Jupiter, massive planets that take a long time to do their rotation. And there's certain astrology or astronomy and astrology. And it's just interesting how there's really starting to overlap. It's inevitable. You know, they butted heads for the longest time. The astronomy was a scientist and the astrology was sort of the metaphysical mystics that studied the planetary, different sides of the planetary movement, sort of what was embodied by the ancient people at the times, and the astronomy was with, you know, telescopes and stuff, and markers of these sundials, and working with how they could track the light. Right? They didn't have electricity. It was really important for them to track the light. It's so curious, all the beautiful signals and markers of our evolution. And we are in an evolution now. Don't think that we're not. We're continually evolving. How we respond to the situation that we are living through is critical. And it's critical that we can become critical thinkers, that we can make our decisions for ourselves, that we don't get into that sheep mentality, that we don't get into that fear mentality. If you had a herd of buffalo or bison, there's a reason why they're in a herd. There's a reason why they're not just singularly all in their own little patch of land, because we become this synergistic energy. We become this one consciousness. And so as something figures out something and this person figures out something, it all goes into the consciousness. That's how we started to evolve so quickly, is because they realized that when they worked together, and they didn't oft do one thing, and some do, and some create that because they focused on that one thing. They do create that greater gain. Much like one of my teachers, Sri Aurobindo Ghosh, he was in seclusion for 25 years, and all he did was kept his enlightenment with the other intelligence. And wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote and read a Sanskrit texts from ancient texts, and studied it, and wrote a beautiful, beautiful poem about the evolution. And it's called Savitri. If you ever want to check out a beautiful poem, this is Sri Aurobindo Ghosh. He was in seclusion for 25 years, and he wrote, this is one big magical poem. I get the truth bumps, and the hair just stands up on my arms just even holding it. And I haven't fully completed it, but I take little steps out of it. I have a small bedside book, and then this is my larger book too. I guess I'll read it perhaps one day. It's a kind of my keepsake book. So yes, so just to step into yourself, and meditation is a great way to do that, is a great way to say, what do I feel different today or this coming? Because the planets have been coming for quite some time now. It takes 20 years for the planet and for this sort of conjunction to happen again. But this is the first time in 400 years that they have been this close. It's classified as at 0 degrees. So you can cut up your circle, your pie chart with each planet, and then they go the certain degrees to get around. And same with astrology. I'm starting to get astronomy and astrology confused, but it's just the A word. So, and this is the first time in 200 years that it's changing elements. So there's going from the earth element into the air element. So think about that. We ground into the earth element. So for the last 20 years, it's been grounding itself in this earth element to allow this air element to come in. That's exactly what we do when we ground, center, and align. We bring in the earth, we go to the air, the ethers. We go up into the ethers. This is also the air, the area of the respiratory system. So when we do that today, we'll bring in the planets of Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter is about expansion. So we'll expand into our vision. We'll expand into our goals, our dreams, our values of 2021 to really become secure with your values so that you can get into that critical thinking place. And you don't disconnect, right? Why, when, and where do I connect? Why, how, when, where, how do I disconnect? Starting to make those notes, and that's what we do in the monthly membership. We create that expanded consciousness. Expanded consciousness is awareness. Awareness and expanded consciousness is enlightenment. And it is ascension. All of these words that you hear out there, it's also the place of many names. Awareness is where it starts. Observation, witness, that allows us to expand our consciousness. Once we expand our consciousness and take action on it to change it, to evolve, the soul wants action. The soul will lay on the couch with you until you decide to wake up. And then it will go, oh, they're awake. They're awake. Everybody back on duty. Let's take some steps, take some action into that, your evolution. I can tell I'm a little bit excited. I've been up since, 5 o'clock in the morning going, oh my gosh, I just wanted to sit in silence and in stillness and take my time and sort of dawdle through that early portion of my morning until it came time to get to my cushion and be with you. So thanks for being with me. My name's Deborah O'Neill, CEO, founder of blissbee.me, integrative holistic health. I'm here to share because I love you. And I am, you are my devotion. My devotion is to humanity and helping to evolve into this new earth, new way of being. We've changed. We are changing. We're always changing. We're always growing. We're always evolving. The best way to do that is from a place of safety and security, stepping into your heart and aligning with your higher self and asking for help, asking for the knowledge, asking to be shown the way, looking at the egoic side of my will and stepping into that higher consciousness, divine consciousness, if you will, higher self of thy will. And we are together in this. That isolation, seclusion, solitary confinement is the worst thing that you can do to somebody. That just messes with the mind. This is about coming into the mind, letting the mind know that it's safe, not engaging with all those triggers that are going on in your mind, finding what is true for you by asking yourself, what is my truth? What is my truth? What is my truth? And pen to paper, digits to phone, even if you just do a little blue sky thinking, start where you feel comfortable. The most important thing is to start. If you want help, I'm here. There's lots of ways to connect. I even have an in-person practice. I can virtual and I can distance, lots and lots. So please get in touch And we can figure it out from there in a way that it works for you. Let's bring our breath to our seat, and with an open mouth, let's exhale and release all the CO2 that's deep down in the belly so that we can naturally take a deeper, fresh breath of oxygen. And now naturally, allow your belly to expand so it enters into the lower abdomen. Feel your ribs expand, your back body expand, and just naturally exhale. You might want to move a little. We're going to turn on our sensory organs now, our vision and our hearing and our smell. Just look at your face if you don't remember what your sensory organs are, your taste, your knowingness, your intuition, your clarity, your tactileness, your smell. As we turn those on, we bring ourselves into the present moment. We notice things differently when we engage with our sensory organs. So important to bring that into the sensory. When you're in the shower, feel the water on your skin. Just take that moment. It's also a great place to ground, center, and align. The most important thing if you're going to ground, center, and align in the shower is allow yourself to go down into the earth as the water goes down the drain, and know that we are one big loop of water. So whatever you're sending into the earth with that water water holds structure. Feel good that you are sending blessings and grounding and safety and security into the earth and into humanity in the structure of water. The most important thing, though, is don't lock your knees. When you lock your knees, you break that flow, that rhythm. It's like a lock, right? When we lock into our alignment. But when we're grounding, centering, and aligning, we don't want to lock into that. All right, let's take another deep breath, and as we follow our breath down into the earth, let's settle. Imagine your feet, your 4 points of your feet, your second toe in from your pinky toe, and your big toe are your basic conductors on that foundation. On your foundation is what we use in the yoga asana practice. Allow an etheric feet or tree roots to come out through the bottom of your feet. Feel your sit bones where you're sitting. You might want to rock back and forth and just ensure that you're engaging those two bony parts on the bottom of your buttocks. Just simply drop. Set the intention. Drop into the earth. Go through the earth's crust. Drop into the first mantle layer, which is rock and sand. Feel the coolness or the warmth. I often get a dry mouth, almost a mineral taste in my mouth. Pay attention to what your organs, what sensory organs are cluing in or cueing in to let you know your journey down to the central core of the earth. Can you see it? Some people can see it. Can you hear it? These will all be your senses, your clairaudient, your clairsentient, all the clairs of your knowingness, of how you sense. What's with your strongest sort of sensing coming down into the molten? Feel the warmth. Down, down, down. It's liquid. Are you going faster? I see the color orange when I come to the molten. I don't understand why, but I go with it and I love it. And I come down to the central crystalline core of the earth. It's often depicted as a red frequency. Every color has a frequency. Everything has a frequency. Permission to receive as you wrap your tree roots or your etheric feet around this beautiful crystalline core. And allow that to come up on your in-breath. Suck it up like a straw. Up, 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 the same way you went down. And come up to your 2 full feet. Fill your 2 feet with this energy fully and bring it up to your ankles and your calves, into your knees, your thighs, your pelvis, your hips. Sense that red, beautiful energy filling both these lower extremities, both your full left leg and your full right leg. Breathe your breath down as you pull it up through your pelvis and your hips into your lower abdomen, filling your torso and your back body, your side body. Engage your diaphragmatic breath. As you breathe in, it comes up. As you breathe out, it flattens out and pushes against your side ribs, your back body. That's the largest muscle in your body. Inhaling and exhaling. Breathe it out to every cell and every space in between your cell as you draw it up in the next in-breath through your lungs and open and expand your heart. Wash it over your shoulders. Cascade it down your arms all the way to your fingertips. Breathe it up into the full face, up through your throat, the gateway between your mind and body, filling your full skull, your back of your neck, your brainstem area. Allow it to come out the top of Sahasrara, your crown chakra, and cascade down the outside of your body like a waterfall, 360 degrees, clearing your first and touching and clearing your second layer of your biofield. Now allow yourself to sense that alignment that you've created to the central core of the earth. And we're going to carry it through that alignment, through your spine area, your central channel, your Sushumna Nadi. Just teeter back and forth and come and find this 0 point, this still point. It's pretty neat. And if you can't find it, just intuitively bring yourself to this center point as we plan to align up to creator source energy, God, archangels, angels, higher self, divine consciousness, gurus, sages. But first come into your heart, land in your heart. As you center. Well, let's engage that line straight up through. It's like we're putting up our antenna. We are setting the intention to connect with God, creator, source, divine energy. And this is another way to align further out through the solar system, through the Milky Way, into the cosmos. Get that sense of when you are straight line to divine. You pick your name, the place of many names, whatever that is for you today. Sometimes when you move your head, you can get just a little click. It's almost like you're just locking into that point. Permission to receive this gold and white light energy. Permission to receive down this super highway, entering in through your crown chakra again. Sense this golden white light energy as it comes in, streams down like a waterfall down this super highway, coming in and touching every cell and every space in between each cell. Notice it coming through the head, filling the skull, and see if you can sense this gold and white light. Did it become lighter? Does it feel more sort of effervescency as you bring it in, allowing it to touch everything in your throat so that you can speak with divine love and consciousness? Breathe it down into your shoulders. Bathe those shoulders. Inhale and allow it to wash down your arms to your fingertips. Allow your shoulders to fall 3 inches. Bathe this golden white light down your back, releasing any tension, any triggers, any trauma that's been held in your back. Bathe it through your front body as you breathe it into your chest and your heart area, expanding in it as you breathe it in, and as you breathe it out, allow it to come down into the torso. Bathe this area on the exhale with this golden white light down to your pelvis and your hips. And breathe it in again and breathe it down into your thighs and your knees and your calves and your full feet, all the way to your toes. Your toes need as much oxygen as your nose. Hmm. Feel this beautiful security energy, this safety, this groundedness. Feel your feet on the floor. What do you notice? Feel your seat on your cushion. Do you feel like you have anchored in? And if not, just take another breath into your abdomen area. Deep breath. Permission to settle. Settle in where you are. Mm. Now prepare for meditation. And just allow your mind to know that you won't be engaging with the thoughts. The thoughts will come and go. I invite you just to put them in the cloud, store them in the cloud, put them up in a bubble and allow them to float up into the ethers. Or if you find that you're bombarded with thoughts, imagine this beautiful train just going past. And your whole meditation might just be gently allowing those thoughts to go on the train, putting them in the storage, putting them in the bubble, putting them on the train, putting them on a plane, sending them off. They'll be there at the end of your meditation should you need to deal with them. If you find that they're really troubling right now, that something's come up during the grounding, centering, and aligning, write it down in a piece of paper or in your journal and set yourself up for success. That's the most important part. This process of meditation isn't the be all and end all. I'm sharing my practice with you to let you know what has worked for me and the different things that I've gone through to create success for myself, to allow me to find peace. And once we find peace, it's also then finding the peace within the peace, because we can become addicted to the chaos in our minds. We can become addicted to that fullness, that busyness. Sometimes it might make you feel like you've got so much on your plate. It's your contribution. That's not our contribution. That's our distraction. That's our overstimulation. That's our dis-ease. Let's bring ourselves back into ease. Bring ourselves back into resonance, not dissonance. So our frequencies want to resonate with the world. We want to resonate with the energies of the Mother Earth and her abundance and her bounty and her growth and her evolution. And we want to resonate with the cosmos and the planetary changes. We're simply a water organism. And we adjust with the changes. We adjust with the planets. We adjust with the moons. We have no choice. We cannot resist it. So let's lean into it. Let's be aware of it. Let's work with it as we have these two major planets meeting up in the cosmic spheres of our planetary system, the closest that they've ever been, and all inviting us to share in this dance that they're in. They're dancing up there, so to speak. And here they are at 0 degrees for the first time in 400 years. Let's dance with them today. They peak tomorrow at 6 o'clock in Pacific time, Standard Time. But we can see them now. So if you have the opportunity with a clear sky, I'm so hoping and praying for a clear sky. It's the brightest star, and it should be in the southwest. You can check on the almanac.com, I think it is, and it has the placement or planetary times, and there's lots of opportunities to look at the astronomy side of it, and to check in on the planetary astrology side of it. So what happened? What was happening 400 years ago? What was happening 20 years ago in the last time that they did this? And what happened to 200 years ago as they moved out of the element and into the earth element for those 200 years, and moving into this air element for the next 200 years, which is classified as the dawning of Aquarius. If you look up dawning in the dictionary, or you Google it as what is the meaning of dawning, it's a new era of civilization. I can't help but think with this critical world situation that we're experiencing, and that is being amply amplified, that we have an opportunity to put our critical thinking hats on. We have an opportunity to find out what our values are, what is true for you, really looking at what is right now, and knowing that we are a reflection of mirror of the planetary changes as well. So have a sip of water if you need a sip of water. I hope you've returned to your seat and did what you ever needed to do to get you ready for meditation. We want to remove whatever distractions that we have. We want to, it's a good idea to grab a blanket or a sweater, because as we go into different brain waves, our temperature does drop. And it's a little cool here for me, so I'm going to wrap myself up good. I'm going to bring in the Lemurian seed, which works with knowledge. There is a lot of writing and ancient text with regards to Lemuria and what Lemuria was. It was said to be a civilization as well. And crystals hold the structure of time, and therefore it's said to believe that the Lemurian seeds that are found in ancient Lemuria areas that they figure were on our earth hold that knowledge. So I invite the knowledge that we need today to come in and be with us through this stillness. We're going in and becoming still, and we're reaching up and increasing our vibration. It's also said that as we increase our vibration, those that may have left us that want to visit us back, for those that resonate with that knowledge, when we come up, it's easier for them to come down. And there's a lot of different text, ancient text, that is so very curious. And I love to play in that curiosity and experience it and test it. And until you test it and experience it and see what shows up for yourself, then you can come to the truth of what works for you. So there's lots of stuff that I have experienced, that I've received downloads, that I've channeled. I've felt my mom who's passed over. I've asked for a sign. And if you ask for help or you ask for a sign, then you turn on your sensory organs even more, and you create that sensitivity to know that sign, to know that truth. Yeah, it's, and then you create what you know to be true for you. That's the only way that you can do that. You can go off and believe what somebody else is saying and follow that, Pied Piper in that parade. But I encourage you, do the work here for you, for yourself. Put that hat on, put that sweater on, try it, see what shows up. It's pretty miraculous. It allows you to believe in miracles, or it allows you to believe in synchronicities. I'm going to work with my Lemurian seed, and I'm going to work with my planetary. So Moldavite is actually a piece of meteorite. And what people have noticed with Moldavite, myself included, is this alignment with an other knowingness. So since we're in this planetary conjunction, I'm going to put that in my alignment place that I like to work with. And if you're laying down and you have special stones, you can also place them on your third eye, and you can place them on all your chakra points. You can also make grids with crystals as well. It's a really interesting area to delve into. I have only minimal knowledge of crystals. My present delve is into the oils and the essences of beautiful plants and our olfactory, and how quickly, just like that, we can change with scent. So that's a whole nother meditation challenge that I can introduce the oils. Perhaps in 2021 would be a lovely time to do that. Inhale and exhale with sound. Bring yourself to your seat as we begin. If you'd like to work with the mantra, Soham is a beautiful mantra, Sanskrit mantra. The beauty of that, you get to tap into that frequency of all those thousands of years. And it's said that the breath sounds like Soham. On the inhale, you can hear the so in your body. And on the exhale, you can hear the hum on your body. I use this mantra and still do at times outside of my living mantra from the lineage Himalayan tradition that I received. You find your seat either in your third eye, just behind. You can sit on that pine cone of the pineal gland. You can come and sit in your heart. So you anchor into your sit bones, find your center. Come and sit into your heart with your mantra, or you're behind your third eye. If you choose to experience it behind your third eye, if there's ever any pain or tension here, please bring it down to your heart. It's also great to have a small lift on the corners of your mouth, a small smile, relieves the tension in the third eye. We'll do 5 rounds. I'll let you know when we get through. 108 beats is each round. And let's begin. Inhaling so. Down to the lower abdomen. I like to place my hand on my lower abdomen. It reminds the breath to breathe there so I can release that to the task of my breathing body. Exhaling on the hum. Inhaling on the so. Exhaling on the hum. As we sit here with Saturn and Jupiter, imagine these great planets so close together up in the cosmos. See Jupiter, see Saturn, its beautiful rings. Tap into them, see if they have a message for you. They are about the vision, and the vision forward. Nice deep breath in on the inhalation, and an equally long exhalation, even in the inhale, even in the exhale. No pause, no jerks, no noise, and no judgment. That great star that you'll see in the sights in the night sky tonight or tomorrow with this conjunction is also said to be the star of the reading in the Bible, that when they followed the star, this is the star at the times that they were following in that great text. There's a lot of great texts out there with sacred writings that refer to this great star, this great conjunction. You can see this conjunction is a way shore away. That's why it deals with the visionary, your vision for your future, your vision for the truth, who you are, who you want to be, why, who am I, why am I here, the two greatest questions. That's one round. Thank you, Guru, thank you. I sit at the same time every day, 8:03. It is said that the guru of the lineage that I study, the Himalayan tradition, visits me at that time. And in my curiosity, I want to make sure that I'm at my seat for that visit. It makes me smile. This is what I've chosen, is to create a loving foundation for life. My life, my values, your life, your values. To step into a greater form of love. To work my edges of my consciousness. As thoughts come into your mind, the goal is to not engage. That's two. Sit with the planets, Saturn and Jupiter. As they're the closest to us, they're the closest together. And they too are going through a transformation. Feel the expansion of Jupiter. Sense the rings of Saturn. Sense the magnitude of these massive planets. Let's offer gratitude for the shift they are going through and the shift that will affect planet Earth. That's three. Thank you, Guru, thank you. As thoughts come up, allow them just to be put in the cloud or the bubble or the train. Check your posture. Sense the density, the magnitude of these planets. That's 4. Settle into it's like a column of energy. Curl your lips up a little. You can just open your mouth with an exhale if you sense you want to settle in further. And that's 5. You can stay where you are or join me in tapping into the bliss frequency. Really going to look at the expansion of this frequency in a meditation. I love to use bliss be me. This is how I go. It's bliss be me, bliss be me, bliss be me, bliss be me, bliss be me. And tap into the frequency of bliss. And just allow that 3-syllable mantra to go in a state of flow as you sense the frequency of bliss. And use the presence of Jupiter to expand into that frequency and its vastness. Yeah, I see a kaleidoscope of colors often. This place of no thing, no body. This is expansive place of bliss. Curl your lips up a little. You may want to anchor yourself further down as you expand out into that vastness. Gently bring yourself back. Bring your hands together in the Namaste prayer position and bring your knuckles of your thumbs up to your chest and feel yourself here. Take a nice inhalation and exhalation as you bow your head down to your hands in gratitude for this time to be alive and living during this great conjunction with these two planets, and really stepping out into the curiosity to get a sense of sitting with the planets. Really tapping into the energy of Saturn and Jupiter and their transformation, their conjunction, as they experience this meeting of the two planets for the first time in 400 years. That energy of the two of these ginormous planets, these two stars. And the power that they hold. The power that you hold. Pulling in the power of that planetary conjunction. Finding that power within you to make your own decisions, to plan your next. Yeah, if you want to look at it in a linear timeline, your next 2021. To step into you. Who are you? Why am I here? Show me the way. Guide me. Use me. Pain-free, I always ask. Pain-free, with grace and ease, show me the way. Let me be the way shower. I'd love to know what you experienced during this time that we shared together in the Great Conjunction. Tomorrow we'll share in the solstice together. The solstice will happen at the exact time of our meditation challenge. It's just so beautiful that we have all this timing. There is no mistakes why you are here. Tap into this energy anytime you want to do a replay. I'm going to pull a card. I'm going to pull the same deck as we had yesterday, the Universal Law deck. You might want to take your hands, rub them together, create some friction, or just stay where you are. I feel so anchored in my seat. I don't even know that I could get up if I wanted to right now. But I feel so lifted in my upper body. I feel that when I went into that vastness, that I was like just on a tendril of, often it's like I feel like I'm on a magic carpet ride. You know, I grew up with those cartoons where in the time, the cartoons that I grew up with, we were always floating. There was a dog that was floating and there was a magic carpet ride. So bring your hands over your eyes and allow yourself to open your eyes into your palms of your hands. Bathe your eyes with the energy that you have created. Ask, see the truth. Show me the truth. Let me follow the truth of what is here now, happening now. And come out and feel that. Feel that strength. That is you. That is you. We have the strength. We are not alone. Find the truth for you. Whoa, there it is already. Oh, we have two. Oh, and it's very similar. Look at that. Like, I've had these cards for years and years and years. Not even sure that you can get them anymore, but they're called Universal Law. Those are exquisite. This one they're both similar to my logo. That's so cool. That is blissbee.me logo if you want to check it out. And while you're there, make sure you sign up for the newsletter. I have a yearly planner that I just love using. And it basically allows you to look at your last year and next year. It's not an actual date planner. If you want a copy, please go to my website, www.blissbee.me, And whoever's signing up during this meditation challenge, I'll send it out to you directly so that you can do some work. I'm going to host a workshop with it in January sometime. I'm just going to take a bit of a break after this 31 day meditation challenge after this year. So I'll let you know through the newsletter when we'll be doing this. So one is allowing and the other one is creation. And I don't want to use up too much time. So let's this is a great way to create awareness in your day. Where are these cards showing up? And say, wow, we just talked about this morning. The law of allowing states that the universe and all life within it is expanding in perfect order, and the acceptance of this perfection creates harmonious conditions for the individual. As life unfolds and expands, it reaches certain transformation points. These points of transition, where the new reality is being birthed into the old reality, are often perceived as difficult. Our natural tendency is to resist that which feels difficult and uncomfortable. The law of allowing is reminding you that accepting every moment, including the difficult ones, will make transformation easier and more enjoyable. I'm going to hold this up because this is the one that I'm reading. You will instantly create pressure and tension if you are in any way resistant to what you are experiencing. Allow yourself to move with the natural flow of life. Allowing is only possible when accompanied by the wisdom of trust. Trust that transformation occurs for you for your highest good, and the present conditions are only temporary. Allow your life to evolve, and the universe will bring you the results you desire. Challenge yourself to consciously and purposely create positive change in your life. This is how to harmonize with this law. Join a new club. Yes, our new monthly membership. Meet new people. Yes, thank you for being here. Or learn a new skill. Oh yeah. Choose to do something different, especially if it's something you were scared to do in the past. Allow the uncomfortable feelings of change to exist. Choose to trust, and you will push past these feelings to find you have developed a new skill. Weren't we just talking about this? I just love these cards. They're so fabulous. The law of creation states that the formless substance within all life is a creative substance. It is constantly creating from formless into form, and it is forever evolving and expanding the quality of all it has created. I'm going to go straight to how to harmonize with this law. With pen and paper in hand, track backward the creation of circumstances in your life, both good and bad. With thoughts and feelings created the good experience. Which thoughts and feelings created the good experience in your life, and which ones created the bad? And that is expanded consciousness. That is awareness. That is the work that we do in the monthly membership. We have a founding member pricing of $29 for a full course every single month with resources and bonuses. It is cheap, less than $1 a day to spend on you and meet new people and live this expanded life. Thank you for being here. Definitely going to take my pen to paper. If you would like that planner, please do sign up for the newsletter. You can unsubscribe at any time. I don't know why you'd want to, but I'm not going to bother you with unnecessary material, just exciting, great ways that we can expand and step into the strengths of what's being offered all around us and be one and harmonize with these great energy sources that envelope us in this planet that we are on. I love you. Hope to see you tomorrow for solstice. If not, try to get out there. Celebrate the light. You are the light. That's what solstice is. It is about the light, and expand into your bright light. I love you. Bye for now.